What you're looking at here is the RADiuS Easy Radio Advanced Arduino compatible shield, and what I'm going to be doing today is going over a general board layout. These indicators here on the right hand side, what they mean, as well as these jumpers here in the lower left hand corner, and how to configure the shield for use with an Arduino Uno. As I mentioned, I have an Arduino Uno here with a sketch running on it. It's running software serial over pins 2 and 3, and I'm sending out a single character every second. If I can cover this insanely bright power indicator, you can see here that the busy indicator is firing, as well as the transmit indicator. Now initially you might think that these two are doing the same thing, but they're actually not. They're tied to the setup here slightly different. The busy indicator is actually tied to the radio module and is an indicator that the radio module is doing what it's supposed to be doing. This is the receive and transmit lines, and they're connected to the Arduino. So you might get into a situation if there's some connection issues between the module and the socket here where they're not blinking in tandem. And this is a method you can use for debugging to make sure that your connection is actually working. So that's the setup here. Power indicator, busy tied to the module, transmit and receive tied to the Arduino. Now how are the receive and transmit lines connected? That's where this jumper block here in the lower left hand corner comes into play. And if you notice here from the silk screen, you can see here that there are two ways you can connect via these jumpers to the Arduino. If you have it in this configuration, where the pins are shorted on the left hand side of this, you can see that it's actually connected to pins 2 and 3 on the Arduino. So if you want to use software serial, you can do that on pins 2 and 3, no problem. If you decide that you want to switch it back to use pins 0 and 1, all you have to do is switch the jumpers over to those, and you can see here now this is pin 0, pin 1. It's now connected to the standard hardware serial on the Arduino. This might be useful in debugging where you actually want to open up the serial monitor and see what it's doing, or send something over serial monitor and have it go out the radio. So that's kind of a unique setting here. And alternatively, this is another reason for this jumper block, is you can take the pins off and you can grab a jumper here, jumper wire, and you can connect that to those pins and then connect them to any of the other digital pins that you would like to use. And this might be useful in the case of where it's the shield is connected to a Mega and you want to use the hardware serial ports on the Mega instead of using software serial. You can connect them to the pins here and then connect them over to the hardware serial pins that are over on the other side. So that's the basic setup for the RADiuS Easy Radio Advanced Arduino compatible shield, and I hope it was informational and that you're able to get up and running.